about.
Oh wait, I think I saw a comment, and then I refreshed
it.
I know.
I see it. Tiffany Rose Martin, first one here.
Oh, and the old one.
First one here.
Oh, okay. Good morning from
morning,
Indiana. Well, maybe we'll just do this. We'll just give shout outs.
Yeah.
We have a lot to talk about later, so let's give some shout outs.
Good morning, Tiffany Rose Martin.
Happy Friday, Melissa. Good morning, Katrina F. Not this Katrina, but good morning to you too.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Danny, Ariel, Stephanie, good morning. Nadine's joining us from Pennsylvania. Cassie from South Carolina.
Danny from Twin Falls.
Danny Romero.
Hey, I recognize that name.
Danny, is
And
that a
Darby.
good morning from upstairs Twin Falls or at home Twin Falls?
He was supposed to get a haircut yesterday. You should have seen his hair. I've never seen it that big. It was awesome.
That big. Oh, good morning, everyone. I don't know how much time we have until this. Oh,
Perfect.
Tanya, hey from Florida. Tanya, I missed that. Tanya used to always say hey from Florida, and we don't normally get to see that many comments from the beginning. But welcome everyone to Plant Therapies Live, your one-stop shop for natural product news, easy DIYs, and tips for natural living. Let's get started. You did, didn't you?
A lot of people asking about DIY. That is one of the best ways we delight our customers.
What?
Do you know what that is?
Oh my.
Show you how to use those oils and how to combine them.
Can customers who have kids use non-kid safe oils in their home?
I think it just puts such a personal touch on the oils.
We're always looking for that sustainable sourcing.
So that's a really good way to use essential oils in your first trimester.
This is also a great choice if you're not a big lavender fan.
And we always try to do the right thing around the world and leave it a better place.
Her pants are always like high water on me. Okay, welcome back. As you can see, we have Chris and Amanda Jones here with us today. We don't get this very often, especially not the two of you together.
No, maybe ever.
Yeah, maybe ever. So we're really excited to have them here with us today. We are going to be talking about planting kindness. What is it? Why is it important to plant therapy? And that's about it. So Chris and Amanda, this is especially fun for me because Amanda, I don't know if you can tell, but she's my sister, which means Chris is my brother-in-law. So I get to introduce them today, but Chris and Amanda are the owners of Plant Therapy. And well, what else do you want me to say about it? I don't know how else to introduce them. They're the owners. They're related to me.
You know all the, like...
And they love giving back.
And they love giving
back.
Should I introduce with some deep, dark secrets?
That's what I was going to say. You know all the stuff.
Amanda may or may not have a potty mouth that we've been informed to keep her happy during this live. No, okay, that was too much. I went too far. But really, we're excited to talk about planting kindness. So let's just jump right into that, unless you want customers to know anything else before we start.
No?
I don't think so.
That's good.
Okay, so what does planting kindness mean to the two of you, or either one? I don't really care. Who answers it?
That's me?
You can start.
So planting kindness, well, first of all, planting kindness is just like the title we've given all of our philanthropic efforts, which include, charitable giving, but also local events, that sort of thing. So it's kind of an all-encompassing giving back program. So giving back has always been important to us, but we just put a name to it.
And the name is pretty cute, I might add.
Yeah, I just noticed you're wearing your Planting Kindness shirts.
Yes, they are wearing our Planting Kindness shirts. I was not. I honestly thought this was a Mother's Day live for some reason.
Surprise, it's now Mother's Day.
I think we already did that, right? I don't even know what's happening. It's fine. I think I'll add to what Chris said, like planting kindness or the philanthropy work that Plant Therapy does is really like the core of who Plant Therapy is. And so we're constantly, looking at our community or worldwide and the needs around. And one thing that we had an idea to do recently was to choose an oil every single month. To choose a charity or a foundation every single month that we could really focus the whole month on and give back. And so we're starting with this month in May, and we are doing, it is Mental Health Awareness Month. And so we decided we chose a foundation that had to do with mental health, that focused on mental health. And so Amanda, do you want to talk a little bit about that and the foundation? Amanda went and chose all the foundations, right?
Yeah,
so do you want to
the
just
JED
talk a little bit?
Foundation is the foundation that we chose for the month of May. And it does focus on mental health and especially suicide awareness and
in youth, it's specifically like they go around and educate at colleges and high schools.
Yes. So when Retha, do you want to talk about just the?
We can talk about whatever you want.
Okay.
No, we just talk. We only pay attention to that like 10% of the time.
When it starts to lag, we're like, what are we supposed to be talking about? Okay.
That's true, isn't it?
So when Retha brought to my attention the idea that they had to do this to pick a different charity, a different focus every month, and then bringing in, maybe creating a new essential oil or just selling an essential oil blend that we already have that's connected to whatever the charitable donation is that we'd like to do. I was really excited about it because I think, as we've said, plant therapy has always really focused on giving and giving back, but to me, this was just our way to A, include the customers, and then to B, make sure that it's something that, is talked about and that we, that we're always focusing on and thinking about, and it's always going to be, because every month it's new. So I was really excited.
And I think it really allowed us to branch out a little bit too, right? Because we have especially some like Make-A-Wish and Boys and Girls Club, like there's some of those charities or organizations that we donate to very regularly, right? Like we're very active in those participations. I have a hair, someone is tickling my hand every time I move. And then of course, like when we see needs around the world, around, our nation, like we'll jump on those. But I think this really allowed us to focus on something very specific, concerns or things that our customers have brought to us that is important to them. And so that's why I liked it. It really kind of forced us to branch out. So this month, like Amanda said, we are donating to the JED Foundation, and the oil that we have chosen is our Self-Esteem blend. And so every purchase of the Self-Esteem blend, whether that's 10 mil, 30 mil, roll on, any purchase of our Self-Esteem blend, we are going to donate $5 to the JED Foundation, which is really exciting. And I've already been super impressed with how connected our customers have came to this. That didn't really make sense. Taken to this. Yeah. I've just been really impressed with your comments on that and how many of you have gone and purchased that oil to help support the JED Foundation. So we're really appreciative of that.
Yeah, and I did want to say, in terms of plant therapies giving back to the community, we had a candidate come in for a job interview last week, and she had let us know that when she came in, she was talking to Uber drivers, she was talking to waiters and waitresses. What do you guys know about plant therapy? What is this company? And the feedback consistently was how much plant therapy gives back to the community. So it's really a cornerstone, I think, of this company. So it's really wonderful. I'm super excited for next month's special thing that we're doing. So I'm really excited to talk about that later. We can't talk about it now.
You mean later, like today or not today?
well, I'm sure we'll throw some hints in. Yeah. It's really hard for me not to throw some hints in, to be fair. So that's what we're doing this month. We're bringing attention to mental health awareness. And giving that donating to the JED Foundation. Woo, I can't talk today. But Chris, I mentioned some of the other charities that we donate to, but just like, what are some of the ones that have been most important to you, and do you want to speak as to why, and why we've chosen some of them that we maybe more regularly give back to?
Sure. So we are focused on helping. We're focused on like positively impacting as many lives as possible. So that's the end goal. So whether that is, you know, with our employees or with our community or with like the world in general, but we are particularly focused around vulnerable people and especially vulnerable children and youth. So with that in mind, we put a lot of focus on, you know, like the Boys and Girls Club. There's a what's that? The youth house in Twin. Give like a really brief synopsis of the youth house. What's that?
It's a home where when kids turn 18, they age out of foster care, and usually that's just it. They're, you know, thrown out into the world on their own, and they've had little preparation for it. So in Twin Falls, there was an organization called the Youth House started. So it's a home that they can move into where there's courses and education offered to continue to help them prepare. They help them find jobs, they help them with transportation, all these sorts of things so that they can prepare to live on their own.
Yeah, so things like that, right? Vulnerable youth. And then, you know, also Voices Against Violence, which deals with domestic abuse. Valley House, which is a homeless shelter for I think is Valley House just for women? It's for everybody.
It's for everybody.
There's also another group that we just learned about. In fact, Amanda's a yoga teacher, and part of her focus in her teaching yoga, she took some trauma-sensitive training and youth or children yoga training. Is it children or youth?
I mean,
Same
they
thing.
all fit into the same
So-
category.
I consider
But-
myself.
I hate to inform you,
I'm not
Danny,
a
but you are
child.
not a youth. But anyway, so she did some of that training specifically so she could help train people who are going through stuff. So there's a
Not train, teach yoga too.
teaching.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant. So she's done, recently been teaching at a place in Twin that is for essentially homeless teenagers. They aren't in a foster home. They don't have a home to go home to. So,
Yeah.
they're living in this homeless shelter.
Yeah, well, yeah,
It's not what they call it, right?
right.
I don't know what it's called, but either way, it's just a focus of ours. So
Yeah.
that locally, on top of several other things, lots of stuff to the schools, things like that. But then also, Africa Heartwood Project is a big focus of ours, which hopefully we can talk more about.
Yeah, let's
we can
dive
talk more
in
about
right
it
now.
actually.
So
And this might be one that customers who have been around a while, they might be pretty familiar with this, because it's been a part of plant therapy's giving back for a very long time.
since before plant, it's been
Since
part of
before
our giving back
plant
since before plant therapy existed.
That's a good point.
And that just goes along with the same thing. So let me also say, beyond just donations to organizations, it's also just relieving suffering. So if there's an immediate need that we see, then we try to fill that need to relieve suffering. So that includes maybe we're going to talk about it, but giving back to COVID care in India, recently, stuff like that, where it's so we're focused on vulnerable people and then also an immediate need, something that's right in front of us. But anyway, so Africa Heartwood Project is, they're more than 20 years old now. It's a charitable organization based out of the United States that does focused work in Liberia and Africa. So Liberia has a crazy history, lots of civil war. So during the civil war in Liberia, lots of people got killed, but there were also people got ousted from Liberia. They went to a refugee camp in Ghana, which is another country in Africa, in Western Africa. So they had this. So to me, Ghanaians and Liberians look very similar, but to them, they're very kind of racist against each other. Those countries don't particularly like each other. So these Liberians that were living in Ghana in this refugee camp were kind of persecuted by the by the people in that country. So the best thing would be to get them out of there. But anyway, so Andy, who's my brother and also the founder of Africa Heartwood Project, he went to, actually for his honeymoon, he and Kayla went to Ghana and just tried to find ways to serve. So they had planned on spending 3 months there or something. They were like poor college students. Anyways, they went to Ghana and found this refugee camp. There were lots of like orphans there, and the interesting, I mean, in Liberia and Ghana, like there's not a lot of excess money. So people just don't have the ability to care for these orphan children. Yeah. Like, it's not that they don't want to, but it's like they're having a hard time feeding their own children. They can't feed somebody else's children, right? So anyways, there was these orphan children. He ended up setting up an orphanage in that camp, built a storage room, filled it with beans and rice, this sort of thing, from donations back at home. And then that kind of morphed. So then he got a degree in third world development, and that morphed into what's Africa Heartwood Project. And so the short story is the Liberian War ended, the Civil War. There's still like a really big UN presence, that sort of thing. So they moved this entire orphanage from Ghana back to Liberia, and over several years that orphanage has gone away and it's moved into more of a foster care program, which didn't exist there. So he closed the orphanage down, realized it was better for these kids to be being raised in homes, but the people can't afford to raise them. So now we are going in with donations and doing, we call it Orphan Support, but it's essentially foster care. So we're giving, a small amount of money to each family, enough to pay for food. We're not making them wealthy, or there's nobody that wants to bring children in for the money because there's no money in it, but we are helping them feed the children. We pay for their schooling, their uniforms, things like that. And then beyond that, people are getting water in the rural areas of Liberia by digging a hole in the ground. So they'll dig a hole, kind of a shallow hole. It might be as big around as this table, a few feet deep, if that even. And they just let the water collect. In the rainy season, it fills up, but it's dirty water. And also there's no like bathrooms, right? So people are using they call it the bush, but it's like the jungle, to go to the bathroom in. They're also collecting their water from the bush, and they have what everybody refers to as like running stomach. They've got diarrhea all the time because they're sick, because they're drinking dirty water and that sort of thing. So anyways, I mean, for a relatively small amount of money, something like $3,000, you can provide funding to build a well. So Africa Heartwood Project owns all the equipment. In fact, I believe Plant Therapies bought the equipment, bought the trucks. There's a full-time staff there that dig wells, and I mean, we're digging like 20 to 30 wells a year between Liberia and some in Ghana as well now. It's just like
For basic needs of clean
yeah,
water.
I mean, all they want is clean water,
Yeah.
I mean, it's mind-blowing to experience that, and it's like, I mean, it's truly just like changing lives and saving lives.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big deal.
Chris,
Pretty passionate about it.
I don't know if you could maybe even talk about something that Africa Heartwood Project does over maybe some other places well digging associations I've
Why is
seen.
it different?
Yeah, what makes it a little different, and
Got it.
and that's what really gets me excited about Africa Heartwood Project.
Yeah, so Andy, like I said, he's got a degree in third world development. He's actually got a degree in international business with an emphasis on third world development. And what we find is when companies there's a lot of people that are digging wells for people that need it, and there's kind of an unlimited need. The further we go out of town, the more we find people living in the middle of no place, right, that need water. So the difference is, so these wells, I know that this has been talked about before, but these wells, they're a hand pump. So basically it's just, you've got this big lever that you're moving up and down, and what's that doing is siphoning water out of the ground. Some of those wells are hand drilled, by the way, or hand dug. They just get in and dig it out with a shovel.
In fact, we saw a video one
that's
time.
Right. Yeah. In fact, I went on live and when I was in Liberia, we did some plant therapy lives showing those being dug. But anyways, so the way it works is there's like a one-way valve, right? So the water comes up and then it can't go back down, and then you pump it again, it comes up a little further, and pretty soon it's coming out, right? That's the way those hen wells work. But there's an O-ring at the bottom of the pipe. It's like a $2.50 O-ring, but that O-ring is critical to keep the water from going back down. So that O-ring will go bad, all of a sudden the pump doesn't work, and people will go back to digging a hole in the ground. There's no concept of like taxes. There's no concept of like community giving for the good. That's what taxes are, right? Everybody, we all pay our share of taxes, and then we get roads and schools and these sort of things. It doesn't exist. So to go into this village and say, I mean, so nobody owns the well. It's the village well, and $2.50 is a big deal. But also, like, I'm not going to fix the well because it's not my well, right? I mean, that's the thought. And so nobody fixes it. So instead, they go back to digging a hole in the ground. So a big portion of Africa Heartwood Project's focus is on education and training. So they'll go into a village beforehand, and I don't remember what they call that program, that education program, but they'll go into a village, set up essentially what could be referred to as a tax, but it's a donation, it's voluntary, but everybody has to put in a little bit of money, and they have to collect like $100 US. So it's not a meaningful amount of money to us, but it's a meaningful amount to them collectively. They put all this money in, and then there's 3 guys and 3 women who get trained on how to actually take the well apart. We give them tools to take it apart. We give them extra O-rings. We give them resources on where to find extra parts, things like that. And then they're actually trained on, they're not that complicated, but you have to have some training. They're trained on how the whole system works, how to take it apart, how to repair it, how to put it back together. And then we train enough people that when something goes wrong, and then they have this money, so they have to collect $100. We're not taking that, but they put it into a fund that's held onto by the treasurer now of their community, and it goes towards any repairs. So that ensures the longevity of this well, and the livelihood of these, or the life-sustaining water. But beyond that, so then they have this like collective pool where they're collecting money, and this new concept of like the greater good all of a sudden. And then we've seen some of them continue to collect. Like, we want everybody to contribute $1 a month or something like this, and they've built schools with it, or built up some food storage, some things like that. So it's pretty amazing that it isn't just supplying water, it's more that concept of teaching a man to fish instead of just supplying fish.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's awesome.
It's going to help them much longer. Yeah. Wow. For just $100, Anna says. Yeah. It's amazing. It's amazing to see that happen.
So anyway, so that's AfricaHeartwoodProject.org.
Yeah. Thanks. And then Chris did mention earlier about like natural disaster relief, and our, donating to those specifically for any kind of emergency type needs. And so I'm sure our customers who have not even been customers for very long have seen that, right? We recently did a donation to, what was it specifically?
Are you talking about India?
Yeah. But what do you remember off the top of your head?
Something relief. Direct relief or something
yeah,
like that?
Yeah, that sounds right. I'd have to look.
Yeah.
Not good
to help with the needs in India right now. And so that is something that is also important to plant therapy, because we see those immediate needs, and it's important that we give back. So we've done like hurricane relief, the Australian wildfires, a lot during COVID, right? Like whether that was supplying CBD to nurses, or, there was a lot of giving back during COVID to help with all those immediate needs. But that's also a big part of our philanthropy program. And something else that I really like, which says Katrina's name next to it. So Katrina, why don't you talk about something else that is part of it that I think is different, because it goes beyond just plant therapy. I think it's more like the Africa Heartwood, right? Where you're teaching people and you're supporting. And so what's something else that we do? Do you see it?
I see it.
Okay.
I think we're talking about employees volunteering, the hours we get, as well as donation matching, which is really incredible, and not something I've ever experienced as an employee with any other company I've worked with. So can you guys expand on that a little bit more about how you encourage employees to take this initiative in their community and really go out and do good work?
Yeah, I love the
me to do that
encouraging
too?
other people to do it too, right? It's never plant therapy's like, we just donated all this, right? Like, one, Chris hates talking about it. It makes him uncomfortable and we have to force him, But I think it goes beyond just like, it makes a much bigger impact when more people are doing it, right? And more people are recognizing the importance or the need for that. And I think that's a big part of this, what you do with the employees. So do you want to talk about that a bit more?
Sure. So yeah, for me, the giving back, I'm going to touch on what you said. The giving back portion has always been very private. So we've been focused on that forever. My parents were really, really great examples of that. I have some very specific memories in my youth of my parents giving back. One example was somebody was passing through town and their vehicle broke down, and my dad gave them our family van. Like, he signed the title over and sent it with them, and we had to go buy another car, right? It was like,
okay,
somebody needed it to him. I mean, it's like,
That's incredible.
yeah. So I grew up with that example, and you guys have generous parents and grandparents, and it's just, I feel like we've had so many great examples of it that it's just in our nature. But for the first several years of plant therapy, we'd never talked about it because it was like, it feels like, don't cast your alms before men type of thing. Like, you want to do it in private. I don't know. I still struggle with it.
He does.
So I feel like if you're doing it in public, like, it takes away the meaningfulness of it. But on the other hand, I've had several people over and over and over say, like, you need to publicize it more because it encourages other people to give back. So if you're thinking about like the greater good, then it makes sense that you need to talk about it. And we're not talking about we're talking about meaningful amounts of money. During plant therapy, the last 10 years plant therapy has been in business, it's been over $4 million donated. So, we're talking about kind of life-changing amounts of money and life-changing
results,
projects. Yeah, exactly. What were we talking about before that? Was I supposed to? Okay, donation.
Employees, yeah.
So, part of that, like impacting lives, like I've talked about, is employees. And there was actually I have so many tangents, but there was a mental shift years ago between like, we didn't have any employee benefits, things like that, because we wanted to make more money because we wanted to do more good, right? And then I started realizing, like, actually I had a very specific moment where I saw one of our employees had bought like a Costco sized bag of rolls, like just white rolls, and that's what they were eating for lunch. They left them in their car, they would eat them for lunch. And then I was like they need to make more money. So like immediately gave them a raise. Like, you need to be able to eat food, right? And then that was kind of a mental shift of like, oh, so we're doing all this good out here, but we can even make a bigger impact here, right? Within our own employee base, and then that flows out to our community, and it was like a kind of an aha moment of like, the giving back isn't external, it's all internal too. So then all of a sudden, now we have an awesome benefits package, we have really competitive wages and that sort of thing. But anyway, so the donation matching is, we wanted to encourage people to give back and also help them give back. So
help
Katrina,
that impact be bigger.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if Katrina has an organization she's particularly passionate about, really the only criteria is they have to be a charitable organization and they can't be a religion. It can't be religious based, but so if there's an organization that you're particularly passionate about, you can donate to that organization and plant therapy will match it. It doesn't matter what it is as long as it fits that criteria. Up to $2,000 per employee per year. And some years we see a lot of people take advantage of it, others not so much. It just kind of ebb and flows, just like life. But yeah, it's a big deal for those that want to give back and want to double their impact.
Yeah.
And then on the service hours side of it, we also will pay employees essentially will allow them to take 2 days off of work, 16 hours, to do charitable work within the community. And it doesn't count as time off. They get paid for it, just to encourage them to get out and do good. It enriches everybody's lives. It enriches the people that you're helping, but even more so, like if you're out giving service, like that enriches your life more than the people you're even serving. So we want employees who are happy, like go give service.
It really takes away the feeling that this is just a job that you go to, knowing that you have the opportunity to really make some big changes with this company's support. So I know just a lot of employees feel very motivated just by that, because it's very unique.
Yeah.
Yeah. And our customers will see that a lot of what we do is, matching what our customers will donate, or at least making them aware of this, this charity or this foundation that has become important to us, and asking them to give if they can, or give back in any way that they can, whether it's financial or not, right? Like Chris mentioned, there's a lot of ways to help in your community. And so we're often encouraging our customers to participate in that. And the reality is that none of this would be possible without the support of our customers, right? Sure. And so sharing where your money's going, right? It's not just buying these products, but it's also going and impacting the world, I think is another important reason to share this with our customers, because it is, because of their support that makes this possible, right?
The reality is, I recognize, so we have, these products behind you, they're kind of unique to plant therapy, right? You can't get that particular Mountain Retreat hand soap anyplace else. But on the other hand, many of the products we sell, lavender. You can buy lavender and really high quality lavender from lots of places. But I think that, if I'm going to spend my money, I guess what I'm getting at is you can buy lavender from anybody, but if you buy it from plant therapy, we're using that money for good as well. So it's kind of like you're impacting the world in a small way, and it doesn't actually cost you anything.
Yeah. And we've seen the importance to our customers, how transparent we are with that lately, especially during COVID and a lot of the donations and things that were happening last year. Our customers really wanted to know specifically where the money that they're giving to a company, right, for products, where that then is, what that's impacting. And so we've even stepped up that transparency even more, because we've seen that it's really important to our customers. So keep letting us know these things that are important to you, because we're hearing and we're listening, and hopefully we can.
That's right, Anna. I can see it. Smash that complete order button. There you go.
I just had a quick question. Well, it wasn't actually. Well, yeah, it's a question from I think it was, I can't remember who asked it, but it was Tiffany. She said that she loves this company, and she wishes that her company was more generous. Do you guys, Amanda and Chris, do you have any suggestions on how people can influence their companies and help them to be more generous just by the actions that they're doing? So there is a way to,
I think 90% of the way you teach somebody is by example. Nobody really listens to your words. All they care about is what you do and who you are. So I think the first thing would be lead by example. Don't be shy about it. I wouldn't be overbearing at your work, because that could come across the wrong way. But also, I would just talk to your bosses. Talk to the owner of the company if you can, or your supervisors, whoever you have access to, and just run the ideas up the chain of command. Because I think people
have your company watch this video. Debbie says
exactly.
Guilt them into it.
I think people want to. People care about that.
Sometimes we get so busy we forget.
Yeah, exactly. They just need that's a good idea. Maybe if they knew that their employees were interested in some employee match program, they would totally adopt it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, and how much would we love to hear if you do bring this to your company and they start doing it? Please share it with us. That would be really cool to see. That's why it's important to talk about it, right? We've talked the whole time, we've been saying it's not something that is especially easy for Chris, but we understand the importance, and it's for things like that. So I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I talked to my brother about that too at Africa Heartwood Project, because in some ways I've encouraged him they're doing charitable work in Africa. So for him, with his employees in Africa, then he's like, he kind of expects them to work at not a reduced pay, but it isn't super competitive pay because they're doing charitable work, right? They're out giving back, and I'm encouraging him to spend a little bit more on each well and pay those employees more, and then that'll impact their families and their communities too, right? The same thing.
And then that impact just continues to grow, hopefully.
But I was talking to him about that, talking about donation side, and I said, how do you go out and ask people for money? Because to me, it just makes me wildly uncomfortable. I don't like talking about the donation side anyways, let alone asking for people to make donations. And he said that was hard for him too early on, but he had to get over it because he's not asking for money for himself.
Yeah.
Right? He said, I'm asking for money for people who don't have a voice to ask for themselves. So he said, like, if you're offended by me asking you for money, then that's your problem, not my problem. All I'm doing is being a voice for somebody that doesn't have a voice.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I like how you said, Chris, that people do want to donate, they want to give, and a lot of times they just don't know how.
Yeah.
And so
Or they're busy, or
they just.
Can we send Melanie, what's her name, Hradsky, and Debbie a Planting Kindness shirt? Will you write that down?
yeah.
Can I just start giving stuff away? Is now the time to give stuff away?
I cannot
Yes.
write it down, but I do want to open.
Danny
We're going
can.
to play a game in a minute where we are going to possibly be giving some money, more money to the Jed Foundation, which I'm excited about. But before we jump to that game, I just want to open it up for anybody, any customers that might have, any of our customers watching live that might have questions for Chris and Amanda, or Katrina and myself, about our Planting Kindness initiatives. But I am seeing, as Chris is giving these
kindness shirts.
They haven't even
T-shirts
seen the
from-
back yet.
Yeah.
That's the best
okay,
part.
so show them the back. But customers are requesting that we sell these shirts, and then we give.
These are old shirts, by the way.
Oh,
so
they
the
are?
new ones don't look exactly like this. Well, they do, but they're.
It's a different material.
Yeah.
The print's different, I
yeah.
think, yeah. But
These
it's the same,
Same
text
style,
and
yeah.
color and stuff, yeah. So, I mean, and that's honestly requests that we've gotten for a while. Anytime any customers want, but we'll take that back again and discuss that. But does anybody have any questions that they want to ask? Let's see.
You know, it'd be a cool program is any customer who sends us a picture and tells us the story of their Planting Kindness journey, that we send them a Planting Kindness shirt. I'm not saying that we should do that. I'm just suggesting that would be kind of a cool idea.
Are you mic'd up, Danny? Did they hear that?
They might have.
Okay, I'm not seeing any questions come through. Oh, what is your favorite charity organization? So that's a good one.
Yeah. Do I have a favorite? I probably don't have a favorite. I am drawn to helping children. So vulnerable children. So there's lots of charitable organizations that that falls into. But that's definitely what pulls at my heartstrings the most.
We did have a customer ask how they can donate directly to help with the wells.
So that would be
AfricaHeartwoodProject.org. The thing that's unique about them also is that my brother has a for-profit business, which is actually importing African instruments, and he overpays for the instruments on that end. So it is a for-profit business, but he's I don't know. He would rather live in poverty and donate all of his money. That's just who he is as a person. He doesn't live in poverty, but I think he would rather, if he didn't have kids and a spouse, he totally would. But he, that Africa Heartwood Project, I love it because 100% of the donations go to projects. None of it. He doesn't get a salary. He doesn't take any money. Even
What's the name of the instrument company that he imports?
Can they get that from Africa Heartwood?
No, I doubt it. I actually don't know. I think it's called Gembay Direct because it's Gembay drums. What's a Gembay? DJ-EMBE. That's a Gembay. So I think it's called Gembay Direct. But he sells African drums and cool. Shakers, rain sticks, stuff like that. He's a total hippie. He sits around in drum circles with these African drums and stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. And his wife was a dancer, so they
They're
Yeah.
both
Like,
thinkers.
They're
Yeah.
super talented. Yeah.
It looks like we have confusion as to what Debbie won a shirt, so we're going to give it to both. Debbie DeLong and Debbie Isa.
Heck yeah.
We're going to give a shirt to both Debbies because they're confused. And I don't even remember what was on this comment screen, so we're going to give it to both
I
Debbies.
remember, but it doesn't matter.
Not
We're both getting there.
anymore. Okay, so if you have any questions, please continue to leave them in the comments. Maybe this site? Maybe.
Maybe.
Probably. I mean,
We
I
will-
wish I could click on. Actually, I'll just go on my phone.
Chris is going to pull it up on his phone. And while we're doing that, please continue to leave any questions that you might have in the comments. We'll try to go back and watch them. But I think it's time for a game, Danny.
Let's do it. Yes. So we're going to play a game, and I'm going to put it up there on the screen for you. But this game is. You guys are very generous and are always giving. So what we're going to do is we're going to see if you're as smart as an aromatherapist.
Oh.
So let me pull this up.
Let me answer this question real fast before
Yeah,
we start
absolutely.
that. So somebody asked, is it gembaydirect.com? They linked to that, and it is.
Okay.
And he's like, he doesn't have employees. It's just like he and his family that are doing the orders and stuff. So hopefully you guys just overwhelm them and put them behind. I would love it. They'll spend all your money at Gembay Direct. And then any leftover, you can spend at plant therapy.
Any leftover, I like that. And then if you have any leftover after that, you donate it. No, just kidding. You are by supporting Gembay Direct.
So Chris, what we're going to do, Chris and Amanda, we are going to donate. So we have 10 questions that aromatherapists know. And we're going to ask you these questions. For every question you get wrong, we're going to give $100 to a charity. Or to the JED Foundation. Is
JED
that right?
Foundation, yes.
Yeah. And you could talk a little bit about what that is. And $150 for every question you get right.
Cool.
So,
Can we get help from our customers
Let's
then?
get some
and you
questions
absolutely
right.
can get help
Yeah,
from the
let's get 'em all
customers.
right.
So $100 if they get it wrong, $150 if they get it right, going to the JED Foundation, which again is the mental health awareness specifically for teens.
Yeah.
So, are you guys ready? Here's the first question. Lavandula angustifolia is the botanical name.
Danny, are you mic'd up?
Yeah.
Oh, you are. Oh, good.
Yeah, can you hear me? Oh,
Well, I mean,
can you guys hear me?
I can hear
This one is way too easy.
Oh, good.
Do you know what it is?
No.
Oh, funny.
So,
I guess it's like I live it every day. So
Lavandula angustifolia
Retha, do
is
you know?
botanical.
The
If
botanical
I
name
don't
for
know
wood-
this, I'm in trouble.
It's already all
Retha
over.
doesn't know this.
It's
She's getting
lavender.
written up.
Okay, it's lavender. Danny,
That is correct. There's going to be a lot I don't know, but this one.
That's same with me.
$150.
Yay!
Yay! All right, next question.
Getting written up.
When should you dilute essential oils and why?
Ooh.
If you're putting them on your skin, you should dilute them.
Yay!
why?
Because they are really therapeutic and they could burn your skin or
They're just concentrated. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Look
want
at
to,
that.
and also you're gonna save money if you're diluting them, and you're
Yeah.
gonna get the same
Yes.
benefits.
Yes.
So see,
Yep.
Safer with some oils?
Topical application. That's another $150.
Yes! Yay! Okay, let me add this real quick.
oh, and it probably absorbs better into your skin.
It does. That's why it's called the carrier, because it carries
There's no-
it in. Otherwise, it
Here, let
just
me scooch right here.
just flies away.
What does
it doesn't
it
fly
mean?
away.
What does it mean
Ooh,
when an
I might
EO
know
is
this.
phototoxic?
Let's see. No, say it. See if you have it. Let's do it.
I mean, I think it has to
Phototoxic?
do with if you go in the sun, if it's on you,
Yeah.
then it
Yes.
can become not okay.
I thought that was
Yep.
phytotoxic.
No.
What is
See, I'm
phytotoxic
smarter than
then?
you.
I don't know what
Who knew?
phytotoxic is.
Yeah,
Let's remember
phytotoxic
this
might,
moment, everyone.
might be something.
Amanda is smarter than Chris.
And that's
$450. Good
$450.
job. I'm glad Chris is counting these out because adding and doing all this at the same time is fun. All right, next question. Name a phototoxic oil.
Ooh.
I know citruses can be.
Yes.
Some of them are.
So yeah, not all of
I
them.
know.
Chris, do you know?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, okay.
I know, like there's
Just name it.
a citrus. I don't remember, and if it like there's different ways of
I mean, just
Yeah.
name any citrus.
Lemon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So but can't you do
If
lemon?
it's steam distilled,
Thank you.
if it's
Right.
steam
See?
distilled, it is not phototoxic.
I knew there was a thing.
Yeah. So steam distilled lemon and lime are not
Cold
phototoxic,
presses.
and plant therapy's bergamot. So Sarah says bergamot, but plant therapy's bergamot is not phototoxic because it goes through a second distillation, which removes the bergeptin, and that is what makes it phototoxic. So plant therapies is not phototoxic.
But also
So
the
a key
like
to
the
that.
vast majority of lemon and lime on the market are not steam distilled.
Right, they're going to
Yeah.
be cold pressed, and
pressed.
they're
Yeah,
going to be
you have to
phototoxic.
specifically look for steam distilled if you want it not to be.
Does plant therapy sell steam distilled?
We sell both, yeah. But there was a story in the news once about a kid who was helping their mom make like a limeade or something, and then went out in the sun and got burnt from the rind of the lime.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's the same oils in that. So even the fruit itself, you have to be careful with. Yeah. Okay.
Hot oil.
Question number, I don't even remember. What is a hot oil?
What is a hot? Well, first of all, that was another 150.
Yay! We're up to 600 bucks.
Like name a hot oil, or what is the? What do you mean? Like
What,
hot oils.
what
would
is
be
what's the definition of a hot oil?
like an oil that is going to burn you if it is put, like a hot oil,
Like look,
like cinnamon,
Or a clove bud.
or oregano.
oregano. Oh gosh,
Oregano.
yes, oregano.
Wow.
That one burns.
Black pepper is not, though, which is
Which, yeah,
sometimes
it's
I
kind of
think
confusing.
It
A
kind of
little
smells like it could
confusing,
be.
but-
Yeah.
All right, so we're up to 750. That is the correct
Yay.
answer.
Is wintergreen a hot oil?
It
That's a
wintergreen
cool
is actually
oil.
a cooling
Okay,
oil. Yeah, it wouldn't be considered
But
a hot oil.
it feels.
So a hot
But
oil
it's
can
too
also
cool.
can
Yeah.
it also be an oil that just warms the skin, so it doesn't necessarily
creates
have to
warmth.
burn.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
I
next
mean, like
question.
putting one of those hot oils on some people's skin that aren't very sensitive, it might just be warming to them. Others, it's literally could like burn a hole through their skin. So,
hole.
that
feels safe.
yeah, it really doesn't.
All right, what are essential oils made of?
Plants. The extracted.
That's what they
Extracted
are.
what?
Yeah.
But
They're
what
made
are
of
they made of?
constituents.
Yeah.
You are so good.
Chemical
Jeez.
constituents. She's
Good job.
good.
Yeah, that was.
She might not have known what Lavender angustifolia was.
No.
But yes, do you know a constituent? Can you name a constituent? Not even one.
No.
Can you?
Yeah, Camazole.
Oh,
Great.
good job.
And what customers know what camazoline is in? What is camazoline in?
I know.
Someone
I know.
thinks it's funny that I said plants.
They're not wrong.
But that's still another $150.
Yay! We are up to $900. guys.
Linalool is a very
That's in a lot of them.
very popular one. Yeah, it's what makes up lavender, really. Yes, blue oils, camazoline. Yes.
Yep.
Good job, Anna. Okay.
All right, what can cause two batches of the same essential oil to differ from one another?
Wait, the same batch?
Not the same batch. What
Oh,
can
two
different
batches.
batches? I
okay.
should have put that. But two different batches. So
Would it
we
be
buy.
how they're distilled, or that's
Could be.
Could be.
There's lots of answers.
okay?
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did have an answer.
You did have an answer.
What's another
It
answer?
could be like where it was grown. Could be how much water it got.
Weather
if it was a
conditions.
drought year.
Okay.
How they harvested it. If like between the time they harvest it and the time it's distilled,
Okay.
how much time that was. Could be
A lot.
Lots
Yeah.
and lots of stuff.
Which is why you will always get something different.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
even just a little bit. They often smell different batch to batch.
Another
that's
$150 bucks.
$150.
Woohoo! All right, guys. I think we're getting close to the end here. All right. What are 3 notes in a well-rounded EO blend?
I got nothing. I don't even
This
know.
might be, and if this is a confusing question, let me know.
I don't know what
But-
an oil note is.
Our customers are going to know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. Well,
What-
watch.
Are we
is a
talking
w-
about like
High, middle,
and
low.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
That's
I
close.
base
Base,
that-
top, middle is
Okay.
what it
Top,
is.
middle.
Yeah.
base, top, middle. That was close.
And that is really like, I mean, it's really like how volatile the oils are. So top ones are going to be like citruses, which means they evaporate much quickly. So like as soon as you smell
quicker.
something, much quicker. As soon as you smell it, that top note's going to hit you, and then it's going to be gone. And then you're going to, and then
Oh,
it comes to like the
interesting.
base, which are like
Okay.
the vetiver, the
Yes.
patchoulis,
Oh,
you
I
know,
love
just those
those.
real deep. Yeah, those are going to be the base notes.
I mean, I love all the oils.
Good job,
but
man.
I really
I'm-
like the deep.
Oh, $150.
We're up to $1,200 bucks.
Just giving it away.
1,200.
All right. Question number whatever this one is. Distillation is one way of extracting the essential oil from plant material. Name another one. Another extraction method.
Pressing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Good job.
I'm brilliant.
You really are.
I'm actually impressed with how fast that came out of your mouth.
Now, do customers have some other ones? Cold
CO2.
pressing?
CO2 would be a type of distillation.
extraction.
An
Yeah.
absolute.
Yes.
Oh, it's absolute me.
It's a
That's
solvent.
a solvent. It's using a
Oh,
solvent.
uses a solvent.
Cool.
Yeah, like
Basically a chemical.
$150
and
more
then it's-
dollars to Jet Foundation.
$150.
All right, we're up to $13.50. Oops, there we go.
CO2 absolute.
Okay, and now I believe this is the last question, guys.
Yes.
What is your favorite essential oil?
Can you get this one
Amanda?
right?
Don't get it wrong.
Amanda and
So hard though.
yeah,
What is my favorite? I like fruit essential oils or
What's your favorite blend?
probably True Expression.
Oh,
I don't know.
I wasn't expecting
No.
that.
So my
neither.
favorite blend to like put on my body would be True Expression.
Okay.
My favorite blend to diffuse would be
holly berries.
no, the one that's the
choice.
St. Patrick's Day one.
Lucky.
Luckier. The one that smells like Skittles.
Yes.
Oh
Luckier.
yeah,
There's
It really is.
that's like I bought so many of the hand soaps during March because I love how it smells. So-
And it may or may not be the scent direction for our June Planting Kindness
That's right. Oh,
oil, which is going to
that's
be a
right.
new blend.
but
so
it's
we're
very
really excited
similar,
about
and
that.
I'm very excited about
Yes,
it.
Amanda was like, I want it to smell exactly like this.
Yes, because the June theme reminds me of
Yes,
it.
of
Yeah.
Luckier. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Just bright and wonderful and yeah.
Yeah.
Chris, do you have a favorite?
Yeah, my favorite to like smell, diffuse would be orange, probably,
And patchouli.
and patchouli to wear. Like, patchouli's my
love
It
favorite.
smells really good on him too, as a cologne.
Thank you.
Do you like green patchouli? That's
What?
one green patchouli.
It was an
Did you
oil
ever
of the
smell?
Particularly, I
I
like.
love the green patchouli.
I actually
it's just
like
another oil,
old
it's a type of
patchouli,
oil,
so
like aged.
I try to find old bottles.
Dude, at one point I remember those barrels that we
June is
used
my
on the
birthday month,
set.
too.
That was for aging patchouli,
And
right?
Sandra.
Yeah.
Oh, June is the best month. I don't know if it's her birthday month. Mine's vetiver. End of conversation.
I really like vetiver too.
love vetiver.
I do.
about
Katrina,
yours,
do you have
Katrina?
a favorite? We're not part of this game, but I feel like we should participate in this one.
I think neroli.
No, really, yeah.
Oh, really?
I could have guessed that with Katrina.
Yeah.
And that's another $150. So that was in fact the last. That is $1,500, which we will be adding on to the additional 5 per self-esteem that is sold during the month of May. So that's pretty.
job.
That's pretty exciting. Okay, I think we may have some other things happening. We are going to do a giveaway for our customers for those besides the Planting Kindness shirts. Although maybe we'll throw some of those in. We should probably. Oh, look at me.
there-
Here I go.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Rita
Chris is
told
rubbing
Chris he
off.
couldn't just give away all the things during the live.
Who wants this plant?
Don't do it. But to enter the giveaway, you will enter via the giveaway link, which can be found in the live description and the live comments. And you'll have to enter before midnight tonight or by midnight tonight. And we are going to give away, we're going to choose one lucky winner to win a $30 credit to planttherapy.com. And maybe we'll throw in a planting kind of
Wait, what?
feel
Can
like
we
you
wait?
should
Can we do
also-
this?
Go ahead.
Let's try.
We can do whatever
How
you
about
want.
everybody who donates like $100 or more to Africa Heartwood Project, based off this live, in the donation, leave a comment of what size shirt you want, and Andy will send it to me, and I'll send them a free shirt.
Okay.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Okay, so that will be on top of this, the $30. So make sure you enter via the giveaway link to be, to have a chance to be the lucky winner of a $30 plant therapy credit. And then if you make a donation to AfricaHeartwoodProject.org of $100 or more, leave in the donation comment what size of shirt, and we will send you a Planting Kindness shirt in your size.
So what I was gonna say, and this doesn't have to do with donations, Chris is much more thoughtful. We've been staring at this the whole time, and I feel like
Should we talk about this
we
summer
should,
stuff?
well, or give it away.
Okay.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good idea.
So one winner is going to win $30 credit to planttherapy.com by entering via the giveaway link, and you can buy this. And 2 other winners, we'll do 2
I
other
stand
winners,
up or
and
no?
we will send you all of the summer stuff.
Yeah,
we'll
if
just
you need
send it
to.
you.
Grab those. Can you grab those?
Yeah,
We'll
absolutely.
send you the summer stuff. And I actually went to the retail store yesterday because we were taking some photos, and like all of the employees from Boise were buying the mango CBD because it
I
tastes
haven't tried
yummy.
it. Okay.
It is so yummy.
It is good.
Sorry, guys.
Excited.
And one of our employees said something about, oh no, it was when I was packing orders yesterday. We were busy due to the sales, and I was packing orders, and I was like, oh look at someone's buying the Sunkissed blend, and she was like, that person needs to buy the Sunkissed lotion too. She's like, it is the best smelling stuff.
It is. It is just like super fruity and bright and just like
So good.
So the mango CBD is available in 500, 1,000, or 2,500 milligram. Blends of summer, Farm Fresh Flowers, Mountain Retreat, and Sunkissed, which is also the same scents for the soap. 2 of them, Mountain Retreat and Sunkissed hand soap.
And then Sunkissed lotion, and you can also buy a Sunkissed set.
that
which
has
is
the lotion,
the oil, yeah.
the soap, and the oil.
Yep, those 3 things for the
Oh, that
Sunkissed
does
set.
smell good.
Yeah. But I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, look, I'm packing orders. And she was like, they also need to buy the lotion. And I was like, maybe I should remember their name and email them and tell them that. But I did not. Okay, stay with us a little bit longer because Katrina has a margarita salt scrub bar for you. DIY specifically. She's not going to give you the salt scrub bar. She's going to DIY it.
That's right. All right, let me know when you're ready, Danny.
We're ready.
Okay, so we're going to do a margarita salt scrub bar. So what you need is 2 ounces of a melt and pour soap base, and you're going to need an ounce of mango butter. So I have that already in here in this double boiler. It's mixing. You just got to really stir it up. That soapy base likes to congeal, so just make sure you're keeping it going. And while that is going, we are also going to need a silicone mold. This one has cute butterflies and flowers on it. And we have some fine-grained pink Himalayan salt. And then the oils we're going to use are lime, mandarin, copaiba, and spearmint. So the first thing you're going to want to do is melt the soap base and the mango butter, like we've done here. We're going to remove from this heat and then stir in the salt right here.
You mix so well.
Oh, thank you, Danny. And get it nice and incorporated.
So what are these called again? Soap bar,
It's a salt scrub bar.
salt scrub bar.
A margarita one.
Yeah, so you can,
To like scrub your heels.
yeah, you could do that.
Margaritas on Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, we did.
Okay, then you're going to add it back to the heat so it can incorporate a little bit better. And then we're going to add our essential oils. I think also this DIY would work maybe even a little better if you added the oils first and then the salt, now that I'm doing it. So 15 drops of lime.
I can smell it already and you haven't even done. It's going to smell so good.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we're going to do 10 drops of mandarin.
No, just go. No, but it's fine. Just
3, 4, 5. And then we're going to do 10 drops of copaiba. Oh, this one isn't open yet. My copaiba's stuck, Danny.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, we need to warm it up.
Oh, got it. Whew, I think this is an older bottle. And it-
Copaiba is oh no, the Orphan producer came out with it.
Sorry, here, I've got
Maybe just do it without Copaiba.
Okay. Pretend I put 10 drops of copaiba.
Extra margarita.
Or a pipette. If I had a pipette, that'd be great.
I got one of those too.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops of spearmint. That was 6. Not bad. I got distracted.
Ooh,
There you
it's gonna
go.
be yummy though.
Okay. And let's see how long it takes for 10 drops of copaiba to come out.
A lot
1,
faster if you didn't have
2,
the orifice reducer on it.
That's true. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Okay, and then our second to last step here is to just stir it all back up.
Tiffany says not as long as vetiver would take to come out.
Definitely.
Is
And then-
copaiba not as thick as vetiver?
Oh,
what you're gonna do, oh my gosh, this does smell good. The final step is we're gonna just put it here in the molds. You can you can put on gloves if you want to just scoop them in here. I'm just gonna kind of messily put them in here and press them down. When they cool, they're going to harden.
Valerie says, I just got done making lotion bars. Now I want to get the ingredients for this.
Melt and soap pour base, if you haven't used it yet, is super convenient. It's really, really cheap to buy just about anywhere. And it's a really great shortcut to make some soapy bars. And that's it. You just press it down like this. You're going to wait for it to cool. You're going to be able to pop it out, and then you can just take in one of your fun little bars when you're in the shower and you're in the bathtub. And that way you're not bringing in a whole big jar of salt scrubs and getting water in there.
Or a great gift idea for Mother's Day.
Great gift idea for Mother's Day.
Woohoo! Yay!
Bring it over here so I can smell it now that I'm
yeah.
attached.
It's a little messy
And
right
Chris
now.
ran to the restroom during the DIY.
I'm out of breath. I know that's embarrassing. I'm going to breathe heavy into my microphone now.
We literally ran.
Well, I appreciate that because our last guest, I had to clean up after them, and it was not pretty.
Debbie says, I need more pink salt. Debbie, I know where you can get it. You can get it from planttherapy.com.
Oh, that's good.
With the Himalayan salt, it does smell
I
so
love
good.
spearmint mixed in with fruit.
Yes, it would be such a great Mother's Day gift.
Like mints you get at a wedding.
Oh yeah.
What are those things called?
It's much
Wedding mints.
sweeter than I expected, actually.
Wedding
Yeah,
mints.
that really comes through.
Nice.
Good job, Katrina.
Smells great.
I
So
can't
there were
wait
a
to
couple
make
of
these salt scrubs.
questions that we wanted to answer, but now I
One
don't
of them,
remember.
it feels a little bit like it's too much information,
Okay.
I think.
I didn't see it.
No,
It was a
just said-
question about next.
Well, it doesn't have to be.
What? We can tell them.
No,
We can spill
don't.
the secrets.
Um,
We love spilling
So the
secrets.
question
Our
is,
customers
it
love
says, do you
love
do
us spilling
anything for the LGBTQ plus youth? They're looking for suggestions and ideas. So, yes, we do.
yeah.
And yes, we will in June. More specifically.
Wink, wink.
And the oil will smell similar to Luckier.
But if somebody's looking for someplace to make a donation to now, that's what they're saying.
Okay.
Like, do you have a suggestion on where to make a donation?
Okay, so ours for the month of June, we'll be donating a certain amount from the particular oil. I don't want to give you any of those secrets, but it will be going to the Trevor Project.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is a foundation that specifically helps with the LGBTQ plus youth.
To help. I think their main
Mental
goal is
health.
mental health,
Yes.
helping to prevent suicides. And,
Yes.
Yeah.
And so it is youth specific.
Yep.
The Trevor Project is. So that could be that's what we're going to be focusing on next month. So if you want to check that one out. Love the Trevor Project, Megan said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do we.
I watched a lot of videos when we were looking and choosing between. I watched a lot of videos, and the parents' story. They go on, and there's a video on the website, and it's the parents, and they talk about. And then, like, I think Trevor had a couple siblings, and they're on there, and they talk about like the importance, and it's
Yeah.
really just like really clenches at your heart. It's a really it's a great foundation. Yeah. Okay, so that's coming up in June. Thank you for that little spoiler.
That wasn't even a hint.
Yeah, I know.
That's not true. I didn't give them any information about the name of the oil or the label design.
Yeah.
But you're gonna love it.
I don't know. And there may or may not be a specific sticker that you get.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough.
That was
Moving on.
created by Chris and Amanda's daughter. So, okay, that's all.
Ooh.
I'm not giving you any other secrets.
I'm excited to talk
Stick
about
around.
this
You'll learn
afterwards.
A little bit more. We're really excited about next month as well. Okay, that's all we have for you today. So thanks for joining us on our Live Today, your source for natural product news and education. And if you enjoyed today's show, or if you want to share it with your bosses, we always appreciate commenting, liking, sharing. It gets our videos out to more people. And you can also subscribe. So you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. I can't talk today. Or for those that are listening or want to be able to listen to this in the future, you can also subscribe to our podcast channel, and it's just Plant Therapy, and it really can be anywhere that you listen to podcasts. You'll find it. We'll continue to do our micro lives throughout the week, and then next Friday we will be talking about aromatherapy and allergies. Happy plantings, everyone.
Last thing.
Oh no.
Are we already out?
Oh yeah, but I'm stopping it.
If you want
Go
a
back.
if you want a Planting Kindness shirt, this is your reminder to go to AfterHeartWithProject.org, donate $100. 100% of your donation is going to a good project. It's tax deductible, and you get an awesome shirt. That's really
And
the
by
only way to
self-esteem
get it.
this month.
And by self-esteem.
Now really happy plantings.
All right. So yeah. So we all.